Hello and welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of morality, charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone is welcome to join. We are waiting for our first participant to turn on the video. If you want to talk when you enter the room, okay, Ricardo, you're the first one tonight. Please unmute your microphone, okay.
Yes. Okay. Good night, good morning for us. It's a pleasure to be here again. And I was on a retreat with a nun from the United States that we brought her here to Uruguay. So I have a lot of time to practice all day long. And that's very good.
How many days do you have the retreat?
6 days, but she stayed a couple of days here at our home, so we did some practice here too. So it was very beneficial, and she lives. Although her father was from Colombia, so she speaks Spanish, and she lives now in Alexandria. That's West Virginia, near to Washington, D.C. And so she's I think she's a very good nun. It's good to hear the Dharma and all the Buddha's teachings. So it was pretty beneficial for many people. So that's about it. And I have many questions, but
how many participants you have in the retreat?
14. Yes.
So you are staying in the same place for 14 days? I mean, for 7 days?
Yes, in the same. In the countryside, very calm nature and all that. But we had a lot of practice all day long. And
walking meditation, sitting meditation.
Yes.
And listening to Dhamma talk.
Right.
Okay.
Very good.
This is something you should try to do it every day without the retreat. Make your life a retreat. Why wait for a retreat to do it? You can do it every day.
Yes.
But you're so busy doing something else.
I try. What I always remember you, Ajahn, is that you always tell us to practice mindfulness. Sorry. And how important it is, because we have all the defilements that as soon as we don't pay attention what we are doing or thinking, they come inside and they do a mess inside our mind. So your words, your teachings are every day in my life. So I thank you very much for your teaching.
Mindfulness is like the guardian of the mind.
Mm.
If you have mindfulness, then you can guard the mind from the infiltrators like your defilement.
Right. Yes.
So try to do it every day, every breath. Actually, every breath, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
Right.
Ajahn Chah said, if you can breathe, you can practice meditation.
Yeah, I remember that phrase. Yes.
He meant being mindful of every breath.
But how do we have those seeds, bad seeds that are waiting. As soon as you get distracted, boom, they appear and make us suffer.
Yeah, because your mindfulness is not strong enough to
Right.
it's not, it's here and it comes and go, it doesn't stay for very long. You might be able to focus on something for a few seconds and then it's gone again.
Yes, true. Yeah.
You just have to keep trying to maintain as much as possible mindfulness.
Mm. Mm.
So,
And
do you have any question for the night?
No. Just to be very thankful, deep gratitude for all your teachings and how you lead us, our life to, as the Buddha said, be good, don't evitate the evil and purify our minds. So thank you, Tanacha.
Okay, just try to do these three things and you'll be okay. Okay. Mike from New York. Hi, Mike.
Greetings, John. How are you doing this evening?
Fine, thank you.
It's nice to see you again. I've been back at my practice. 2 weekends ago, I kind of had a lapse in my practice because I had lots of things to attend to. For this past weekend, I was able to put a lot of time into the Dhamma. I worked on my chanting. I did my meditations. So I'm feeling enriched a bit because of it. I have a couple questions today, just that I've been thinking about. One is kind of a more of a passing question that I was watching a Yoshiguro Ozu film last night. He's a Japanese director, and there was a part in it where there's a play that was about Buddhism within the movie, but it was also about Shintoism, and it was talking about how the earth and the grass and the trees could become enlightened. And I was just curious in Tanajan, on obviously a very different tradition, the Thai forest tradition, but with such a connection to nature and the natural world. Do you believe that the earth is a bodhisattva, or the earth has the ability to attain enlightenment, or is that just a different belief system?
Yeah, I think it's a different belief system. According to Buddhism, the only thing that can become enlightened is the knowing element, not the earth element, not the fire element, not the wind element. It's only the knowing element. Because the knowing element is the only thing that can know. So everything else doesn't know anything. The earth doesn't know, the wind doesn't know, the water doesn't know, the fire doesn't know. They don't have this capability like the knowing element. And it's the delusion that is in the knowing element that we have to get rid of in order to become enlightened. So it's all about the knowing element. But for people who don't practice or study hard enough, they just imagine, and they just, especially if you're a director or a movie, you want to make it dramatic, and so don't follow the interpretation of religion teaching, because they usually only do it for grammatical purpose, not to convey the real truth, because they themselves don't know the real truth. This is sad, but this is how people sometimes learn about religion through movies, and it's all wrong. It's not correct. So what can you do? But this is the way people are educated nowadays, through YouTubes and Netflix and so forth. But to answer the question is yes, it's fantasy. It's not real. Okay, another question. Is that
Yeah.
all?
No, I have one more question. And this question is relevant to the Thai forest tradition. And it's kind of about Sangha. It's about how to live harmoniously with the Sangha. I feel like often we're all trying to get, spread the Dhamma and live in line with the Vinaya and the precepts. But then somehow there's always tensions can arise, different people's interpretations of the Dhamma or how they incorporate it into their lives. So I think the Buddha has some lessons about this, but I was just curious from Tanajan's perspective, advice for living harmoniously within a discordant Sangha.
Well, the Buddha teaches us to practice the four Brahma Vihara: loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. This is how we treat one another, each other. We try to be nice and kind and helpful if someone needs help, and celebrate with their success, joyful with the success. And if you come to a situation in which you can do anything for anybody, then you just have to use equanimity. Don't hurt yourself by trying to help other people when you could not help them. So this is basically the Dhamma that Buddhists should practice among themselves. And when they come together, when they interact. But if they're alone, then they should practice mindfulness and meditation and study the Dhamma teaching. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, definitely. I guess, mudita is an especially hard one sometimes. Do you have any tips for how to generate more mudita or, sympathetic joy?
Yes, just sometimes you might be envious of somebody's success. You have to say, well, it's all our karma that make us what we are. Maybe we didn't have enough good karma like the other person who is successful. So we just have to accept our fate, and accept other people's fate as well, whether good or bad. If they have good fate, we appreciate, we celebrate with their good fate, have mudita. If they have bad fate, then we use equanimity. We couldn't do anything about it. It's all about karma. Success or failure, rise or fall. Sometimes beyond our control. We cannot do anything about it. So it's pointless to be sad or about anything if we can accept the law of karma. Someone tried to say one thing about you cannot make your fingers all the same size and length. Can you? You cannot make everybody equal. There are good people, there are bad people, there are successful people, and there are failed people. This is because their karma were different. This is according to the main principle belief in Buddhism. We believe in the law of karma, and it's the law of karma that makes us different, good or bad, smart or stupid. So it's our karma. But we could change. We don't have to remain what we are. We can improve ourselves. If we're not good enough, we can work harder and improve ourselves. If we're doing the wrong thing, we can change. We can stop doing the wrong thing and try to do the right thing. But we cannot change the past karma. The past karma is the one that sent us here today. What we are today are caused by our past karma. But what we are tomorrow, we can change that by our action today. Then you can become a monk, for instance. Tomorrow you can become a monk. So you have to have a goal in life as to what you want to be tomorrow. You want to remain the same as you are now, okay, then you don't need to do anything different. But you want to be something different, then you have to study the class that will lead you to your goal, and then follow the course. This is karma. We are doing every day. We're doing good. We are doing karma. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes neutral karma every day, and they will then accumulate and mold you into another person. Okay.
Thank
So
you, Tanachan.
you want to improve yourself, follow the three karmas that the Buddha teaches. Avoid doing bad karma, do only good karma, and purify your mind. These are the three karma that we should be practicing, doing all the time, if we want to improve our life, our destiny. Okay. All right. I'll go to Professor Ken now. Hi, Professor.
Good afternoon, Ajahn.
Do you believe in the law of karma, or are you still doubtful?
I have no doubts.
You have no doubts now. Okay.
It's very clear. I have no questions today, Tanajan. Just listening at the moment.
Okay. Go to Alvin then from Malaysia.
Namaskar, Ajahn. Ajahn, I just want to ask a question. As a lay person, because I was listening to Ajahn Chet's biography the other day, he's saying that you can chant Buddha really fast, right? To remove thoughts from your mind. I just want to ask, as a lay person, can I practice that as well, Tanajan?
Well, your circumstance might not allow you to recite Buddha for long because you have to think about other things. You have to think about your work, you have to think about your family, your financial status, and so forth. So it's difficult for laymen to practice mindfulness, to clear the mind, to stop thinking. It's easier for a monk because monk has no financial obligation, no work to do. So he's almost entirely free to stop thinking all day long.
So when I sit down to meditate, right, can I chant it really fast?
Yes, it's up to you. You can chant fast or slow. It depends on how your mind is. Sometimes your mind is very agitated, so you might need to recite it faster. But someday your mind might not be as very agitated. You might not need to chant faster. You can recite normally.
Right.
Or sometimes when you're inflicted with pain and you cannot pull your mind away from the pain, then you might have to recite the mantra more quickly to pull your mind away from thinking about the pain.
I see. Okay. But usually I just follow my breath, the speed of my breath, to chant Buddha.
Or when you're in crisis, you're somewhere and you feel very afraid, for instance, then you might need to recite the mantra faster to keep your mind away from thinking about the things that cause you to have fear.
Okay, understood, Anajan. Thank you.
But if your mind is normal, there's no fear, no anger or anything, then you don't need to do fast chanting. Unless it's very unduly, it keeps going, thinking about things that you want it to stop, then you might have to maybe recite faster. I don't know. You have to try, really. There's no rule to it. No fixed rule as to how fast or how slow you should recite your mantra. Just like driving on the road, sometimes you can go fast, and sometimes you have to go slow. Depends on the traffic,
Yeah. I think depend.
The mind also have traffic, mental traffic.
Okay, so it depends on my mindfulness as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, understood, Ajahn. Thank you.
you're welcome. Next, Rohini from the UK.
Good evening, Ajahn.
Yes,
No questions. I'm just listening, and
your practice is going well.
yeah. One day I tried sitting on one place for 6 hours, as Ajahn suggested. So
How did you find that? Good?
yeah, I didn't get up for the entire 6 hours, but I changed the position of my legs.
Yes, it's okay because we don't want to deal with the painful, the pain of the body. We just want to deal with our urge to move around.
Yeah. So that really helped. So that means after that, sitting 1.5 hours is sitting 1 hour or hour and a half is much easier.
Yes, because you're less restless.
Yeah. So I'm working on it. So I just wanted to calm my mind as much as I can.
It's a good method that you can use
Yeah.
to more or less speed up your mindfulness to
Yeah.
your mind. Because
So
you have to use a lot of mindfulness in order to restrain your mind from wanting to get up.
yeah, that is so wandering mind is the hardest thing is to control.
Mhm.
So yes,
Okay,
so
good.
yeah,
Happy
I
to
try
hear
to.
that you took it up.
I'm going. I think I'm going to do about 2 or 3 days. Or probably I don't know how. Last week I only just did 1 day, but this week I'm thinking of doing maybe more.
Yeah, keep doing it. It's useful. It's good for your mindfulness.
Yeah, thank you for your advice, Ajahn. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm
Okay.
coming next. June. To Thailand. So I just booked the flight and hotel so that I can offer dana to Ajahn. That particular hotel, Ajahn.
Borita Cove is a
Yeah,
hotel that I pass on.
Yeah.
That I pass on every day for my arms
Yeah.
around. You can stay there. It's right next on
Yeah.
the beach, and the hotel staff will provide you with the food to give to the monks and everything you need.
Yeah. So I already booked 1 week there
Okay.
to offer dana so that and then if possible, maybe another 3-4 days at Wat Yan.
Yeah. But you have to make reservation first,
Yeah.
to be
But I
sure
will
that
do that. I'm coming there on 18. No, I'm leaving UK 17, coming over there 18. So probably end of May, I will contact
Okay, good.
Wat Yan to book for maybe 3-4 days before leaving.
Okay.
So looking forward to
See you then.
Pradana, to
Okay.
Ajahn.
Maybe you can come and listen to my Dhamma talk in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Now my Dhamma talk is reduced to 30 minutes, and the other 30 minutes is for sitting meditation, silent meditation.
So normally every day 2 to 3.
Not on weekends and on Buddhist holiday.
Okay.
I give 1 hour Dhamma talk, but I find now it's very tiring for me to talk for 1 hour. So I decided to cut it to half, and then the other half spend it for sitting meditation. And people seem to like it. They say that they can, before they rely on my talk as something to hold on to the mind. But now they have to use their mantra, or they have to use the breathing to keep them calm. They
So in
find
the morning, when I offer dana, and is it possible to see Ajahn? Not see, mean at least not to speak with Ajahn. To see Ajahn at the dana hall,
yes,
sala,
you can come to the Dana Hall on weekdays.
or weekdays. Okay,
Yeah, I'll be in the dining hall after coming from alms round.
arms round. Okay,
And usually 9 o'clock is a good time to see me if you come to the dining hall.
okay.
And
So
on weekends and Buddhist holiday, you can see me at 2 in the afternoon in front of my kuti, which is near the dining hall, not very far.
okay, okay then. Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay, good. Next, Steph. How are you?
Hi there, how are you doing?
Good.
Sorry, it's a habit. I'm okay. I'm definitely practicing this week. My husband is out of town, and it's probably been the best time. Last week I heard you were saying like a good day or a bad day or a neutral day, they're all the same. Don't attach, and that's kind of been my mantra for this week. Like, he's here, he's not here, it's all the same, it doesn't matter, like, just don't attach. And that's been going really good. So just wanted to share that.
Yes, don't let things around you control you. You should
Yes.
control yourself. Let things comes and go by letting go.
Yeah.
If you become attached to them, then they can take over your mind. They can control your mind.
If I let myself think about them, then I'll just like go into that, and it's like, oh, but if I stay in the Dhamma, stay in the present moment, it's just been doing a lot of meditating, a lot of sitting, been working on my mindfulness. It's been really good.
Yeah, just keep staying knowing. Just
Yes.
merely know what's going on, but not reacting to anything new.
That's been very helpful. Yes.
Yeah.
Just to know, not react. Yeah.
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 This is practicing equanimity, not
I
reacting.
do feel that. Yeah. Getting there. I'm getting there.
Your meditation will be more helpful if you can. When you meditate, your mind can become calmer, and your
I love my
equanimity will be
meditation.
stronger.
My meditation is my refuge. I feel so grateful for my meditation. So that is one positive. Yeah.
Yes, that's the best thing in life, really, is to
Yes.
meditate.
Yes. Yes. I agree.
You can have happiness without having to rely on anything or anybody.
Just sitting on my couch.
Yeah, just be by yourself. Just have the time and the quiet surrounding.
Yeah, it's nice. So.
Except don't go to sleep, though.
Yes. 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 Stay conscious.
Yeah, stay alert.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
good. Next, Ao So Sim from Penang.
Good evening, Tanajan. I'm just listening and paying respect to Tanajan.
Okay. Next, Cole from California.
Hi, Ajahn. No questions today, just listening. Thank you.
Okay. Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. Good evening, Ajahn. Don't have any questions tonight, just happy to be listening in.
Okay. Gary from Singapore.
No questions, Ajahn. Just happy to be listening in. Thank you.
Okay. Kok Seng also from Singapore.
Yeah, good evening, Prajan. Yeah, just a reflection, I think, on the past two talks. One is when Lin from Indonesia asked Prajan whether Prajan you give formal talks to the bhikkhus in Wat Yan, and you mentioned that you don't have a formal talk giving to the bhikkhus, but if they have any questions, they can ask. Can ask you. And I was reflecting that that we the lay followers here, we are very fortunate to have Prajan availing yourself every Tuesday evening to answer our questions. And for this, I'm grateful to Ajahn for making yourself available. And this is despite Ajahn, you having some problems with your back, and you still are able to persist for 2 hours or sometimes to more than 2 hours. Yeah. So yeah, I'm grateful to Ajahn for making yourself available. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, you have the question.
Okay. I will try to. I have some questions in my mind, but I will try to experiment it myself tomorrow and try to find the answers to my questions. Yeah.
Yes, it's good to try to find the answer first. Unless you could not find it, then you can add. But if you can find the answer, then the answer is more use will belong to you. It will be your wisdom. But if you ask somebody for the answer, then it's not your wisdom. You borrowed from other people.
Okay.
Okay, so try to figure out yourself. You're the one who created the question, so you should be able to find the
Yes.
answer. And the easiest answer is to stop asking question and just say, forget about the question. If I cannot answer the question, then forget about it. No need to know anything really. All you need to know is how to be mindful, how to calm your mind.
Yeah, that is my aim. But in the process, there's a lot of all these obstacles, all these hindrances along the way. So I need to find the answers to all these obstacles and hindrances. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
I'll go to Get Yen So. Hi, Get from Penang.
Ajahn, no questions. Pay respect to Ajahn.
Okay, thank you. To Tommy from Australia.
Most young up.
You still on your self-retreat?
I am. Is the sound okay?
Yeah, perfectly clear.
I wanted to ask another question about the Satipatthana. Can I ask about the Sampajana Pabang, the section about full awareness?
Yeah, okay.
Do you want me to read the passage?
Go ahead.
Moreover, a monk in going forwards, in going back, is one who practices with full awareness. In looking ahead or in looking around, he is one who practices with full awareness. In bending or in stretching, he is one who practices with full awareness. In bearing his double robe bowl and outer robes, he is one who practices with full awareness. In eating, in drinking, in chewing, in tasting, he is one who practices with full awareness. In passing stool and urine, he is one who practices with full awareness. In going, in standing, in sitting, in sleeping, in waking, in talking, and maintaining silence, he is one who practices with full awareness.
Yes, it means that you have to be fully aware of every movement, action of the body, whatever you do with your body. Not let your mind go thinking about other things at the same time. That's what it means. Be with the body all the time. It's like watching your breath all the time when you're sitting in meditation. Don't let your mind go thinking about other things. And when you're not meditating, sitting in meditation, You keep watching what your body is doing, standing, sitting, walking, turning your head to the left, turning your head to the right. If you're eating, taking food from the bowl, putting in your mouth, chew and swallow. You have to be aware of all this action.
What's the difference between sati and sati sampajanya?
Sampajanya means continuous mindfulness. When you first start, your mindfulness is on and off. See? It's not continuous. So but as you increase your practice and as you become more mindful, eventually your mindfulness will be continuous without any lapse.
What's the symptom of sati sampajanya?
You're always on. Mindfulness is always on.
Does
With the object of your focus.
Does it mean you can turn your thinking off?
You won't be thinking anything because you will keep watching what you're doing.
So not even letting things go, just silent.
Yeah, just watching. Just keep watching.
In Forest Dayson's Lungta talks about Mahasati.
This is similar to Sampajanya, continuous mindfulness. We call it Mahasati as automatic mindfulness.
Okay.
You don't have to force it. It comes naturally. After you've been training your mind in mindfulness long enough, the mindfulness start to operate on its own without you having to push it.
Okay. I see.
But when you're practicing in the four foundation mindfulness, you won't get sampajanya yet, but that's the goal. You want to get there. You might be able to look at your body for a few seconds, and then the mind will go thinking about some other thing, and while you're still watching the body. So you keep running on and off, keep running away from the body, and you have to keep pulling it back in to the body all the time. So when you're starting this practice, it's like a tug of war between being mindful and not being mindful.
I see. I wanted to ask about vijnana. How does it work? What's the function with I don't know what it's called, like imagination?
It has nothing to do with anything. Vijnana function is to collect or receive the sensual objects from the body and send it to the mind. That's all. That's the duty. That's the function of the vijnana.
So how would ear consciousness, for example, work?
Well, the body is like one telephone, okay? One handphone, and the mind is another handphone. The way the two can react to each other is through vijnana. Like we use radio wave to interact with the two telephone, right? You call the person through a radio wave, and then the person reply through the radio wave. So this is the same way with the mind. The mind uses the radio wave of vijnana to connect to the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body to receive the sensual objects, light, form, smell, sound, and then it's sent back to the mind. Yeah. And it's a function of the sanya, what you call perception. Yeah, perception. That doing the translation, trying to figure out what the image you see, what kind of image it is, good or bad, harmful or useful to you. This is the function of perception or with sanya. And after that, then when you find that the image you see is good, then you get good feeling arising. That's vedana, see, good, pleasant feeling, good feeling. And once you have good feeling, then the next thing is sankhara will come in, thinking, what should I do with this good feeling? You say, okay, I want to have it more and more. So you go after this image that give you good feeling. So sankhara send a message back to the body saying, stay with this image, don't lose this image. Okay?
I see.
So this is how the mind and the body communicate. The body doesn't communicate, it's the mind that communicates, that tells the body what to do. And the body only sends the essential objects through the vijnana connector to the mind.
Okay.
And the problem starts when you want something and you cannot get what you want. When you tell the body, keep that image with you for as long as possible. But the body sometimes cannot control the image. You cannot keep the image. Once the image is gone, then the body becomes sad, disappointed.
Okay.
This is dukkha. See, dukkha arises because of your craving for that image. So if you don't want to have any dukkha, then you should just leave the image alone. Don't go after it, whether it's good or bad.
I see.
Then you won't have any craving. When you won't have any craving, then you won't have any stress or sadness.
Okay. I have a funny question. I had to go to the physiotherapist for my back, and she recommended me to get a massage, but the person she recommended is female. I'm wondering, is this against the 8 precepts?
Well, it's not as long as you don't have sex with her, but preferably you don't have any physical contact, because by having physical contact can then start the process of having sexual arousal. So we try not to have any physical contact with the opposite sex if we keep the 8 precepts or more.
So I should give this one a miss?
We'll look for a male massage.
Yeah.
Unless you can control your reaction. If you think you can control your reaction and having no sexual desire coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm at that stage yet.
It's better to play it safe.
Okay.
Okay.
Look for a male one. I had just a random question. What's the meaning of Cheon?
Cheon.
Yeah.
Chi is mechi. It comes from the word female 8 preceptors.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the name of the lady. The tale comes from there were 2 sisters, and both becoming mechi. Okay.
Oh.
One sister is called On, and the other sister is called Jan. And then one day decided they want to go practice on the mountain. And there were 2 mountains nearby. So one choose one and the other choose the other. So we have 2 mountains with their names on, Chi On and Chi Jan.
Oh. How long ago was this?
I don't know, just fable. So people tell how the name of these 2 mountains come about. Chi On and Chi Jan. They're nearby. The Chi Jan is the one with the huge Buddha image. That's called Chi Jan. Khao means mountain. Chi Jan means the name of the Mechi.
I sound game.
Yeah, and the other mountain where the monk stays is called Khao Chi On, because that's where Mechi On decided to stay there.
I like that story.
Don't take it too seriously. Don't take it too seriously.
Okay. Have you ever been to Putok?
No, I have never been anywhere except Wat Pamanta. Once you get inside, you don't want to go out. It's more pleasurable staying inside than going outside. So I didn't have any urge or any need to go anywhere.
That's nice. Okay, I don't have any more questions.
Okay, nice talking to you. Keep up the practice.
I will. Thanks, Ajahn.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Celia from Peru. Haven't come in the room for a few weeks.
Good evening, Prajan. I have come, but I wasn't able to join in. It's very difficult to reach to you sometimes. Well, also because I have to leave early, so that's also a little bit my fault. Prajan, I have some questions. I have a question about my meditation. I had been practicing, well, trying to practice more mindfulness during the day, and according to me, that it has been going very well. Like I'm more mindful if thoughts come, I'm pretty good in bringing them back quickly. So I would expect my meditation also to go better, but it's not happening. It's some weeks already that my meditation is going all over the place. I almost spend the whole hour like that, no? So the only thing that has changed in the last weeks is that I've started meditating at 5 a.m. because usually when I went to monasteries, it was the best time for me to meditate. But now, despite that, it's still a good time because there's less noise here and everything. I can just not settle the mind, no? So thinking about this change of timings in my practice, how much should a practitioner or one wait to see if a change in your practice is fruitful or it's skillful or not, no? Because it has already been some weeks that I've been doing this and it seems to be going nowhere, no? So I don't know if it has to do with the change
I
in
think
time.
it doesn't have. I don't think the time or place really matter that much.
No?
What matter really is your mindfulness. So you might be delusional to think that you have improved your mindfulness, but the actual doesn't tell you that you have improved on your mindfulness. If your mindfulness have been improved, then your meditation should be going more easier.
Yeah, I thought that.
So it means you're not improving anything on your mindfulness yet, but you need to do more mindfulness.
Okay, okay. I will do that then.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, the question still remains. If somebody is doing a change in one's practice, for how long should one wait to see if it's skillful, no?
Or you can try one every day. You change your time to see the difference. So you can experiment. It doesn't. It's up to you. You can remain in the same place for 3 days before you change it or whatever. It doesn't matter.
So you don't have to wait for quite some time, no?
Because the principal cause is your mindfulness, not the place or time. Oh, the place and time might have some effect, like if it's whether quiet or not quiet, for instance. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter.
Yes, still is not that much quiet, but yeah. Okay, good. I have another question. I understand that if our vision, or at least my vision, is in this or presumably in next lives to see things as a sotapanna, I understand that a sotapanna hasn't really eradicated all sensual desires, no? So if I'm a lay person, I'm very much into the worldly life and I have so many things to do in the day, how useful, how skillful is to try to curb or eliminate some strong sensual desires that one has, no? Like, for example, addiction to food, no? Or addiction to sweets, to really concentrate in that, as opposed to concentrate in other things like mindfulness and meditation, no? That will anyway, at the end, have an effect on that, no? So does it make sense to try to focus or concentrate in working with addictions that one has in terms of sense of pleasures, or not? One should concentrate in mindfulness and meditation, no?
It's not one or the other. It's not one or the other. It's all. You have to do all.
Oh, but if I was a monk, I would get it. No, if I was ordained, I would get it. But
keep the 8 precepts. The 8 precepts try so you help you to refrain your sensual addiction. You know.
But it doesn't help. I don't have dinner. Like, it's years that I don't have dinner. And
Okay.
still I have been very addicted to sweets. No, for example, I was curbing my addiction to sweets, and it went well. Like I say, 1 month, no cheesecakes, no cookies, like sweet cookies, no ice creams, no chocolates. And 1 month for April hasn't done great, huh? In terms of sweets. But the problem is that I became attached to other types of food, no, like potato chips or things that I usually don't eat, but now I indulge in that, no, or even in healthy foods, no, eating more than I needed. So
So
yeah,
moderation. The word is moderation.
yeah, I
Not
haven't
too
been
much
having
and not
that.
too little. Somewhere in between. The middle path. Just
Ideally, that would be, but it's not working. It's bigger than me.
yeah, that's because your mindfulness is not strong enough to restrain
Yes,
your cravings. So you
yeah.
need to
So
do
that's
everything. You have to keep the 8 precepts. You have to practice mindfulness. You have to meditate.
okay, that seems very, very difficult, Ajahn. But remember, I'm a lay person. Like, I'm
It
not.
doesn't matter if you want to succeed. It doesn't tell you. It's the same for whether a lay person or a monk. We have to do the same thing to
I
achieve the
understand it.
same goal. To achieve the same goal.
If I was alone, I mean, if I would lived alone, I would get it. But all my life, all my schedule goes around my mother. Everything in my day goes around my mother. All other things they have to do. No? So I really don't have that much time.
Well, the rule of
It's
thumb
very
is
stressful.
to do what you can. That's all.
Do the best that I can.
And do the best that you can do for now. And maybe hope to do more as you advance.
Yes. You're very strict, Ajahn. Like, as a layperson, you have to do everything. That's
Well,
like
if the goal
very
is
ambitious.
if the goal is enlightenment, you have to be,
Yes. But I like that approach to the best that you can, no?
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
only do so much now, but you can improve as you move along.
I hope so, Ayan. I really hope so. Okay, I will try to do incremental, little by
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be patient. Yeah.
Mm, yes.
Don't be
Okay.
over ambitious because it can cause you to become disappointed and then cause you to become frustrated also.
Yes, I see that. I see that sometimes. Okay. Many
Okay.
thanks, Brajan.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Be well.
Thank you. Next, Samanji from Sri Lanka. Samanji, can you hear me? I think she's sleeping or reading something, so I'll go to Daniel first. Hi, Dan.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you very much. I just want to say thank you for our last meeting and encouraging me to get rid of much of the activities. And I've been pretty diligent about that, cut out all entertainment, replace it with meditation and mindfulness. And it's been very helpful. I don't have any questions, but I think I really needed to hear the strictness of the path and what's required. So thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. I hope you put in more effort and advance in your practice.
Yes, that's several meditations a day, longer. They're getting deeper. They're getting better.
Yeah.
I do find that the night meditation is more difficult than the morning. Morning seems to be more peaceful. I'm on my feet all day, so at night it's my body is hurting a little bit. So, but it's going well.
Okay, good.
I'm assimilating. Thank
All
you.
right. Just keep up the practice.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Next, Samanji. Hi, Samanji. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Good evening, Tanajan.
Yes, go
I
ahead.
see.
Can hear you.
Yeah, I have three questions, Tanajan. Now, these days in my country, there's a display of the sacred tooth relic of the Buddha at Sri Dalada Maligawa, and thousands of people flock to, at the moment, they go to Kandy to just get a glimpse of the sacred tooth relic. I just want to know, has the Buddha ever mentioned that, does just viewing the sacred tooth relic of the Buddha give us any merit, or has Buddha ever mentioned of the benefits or the significance of paying homage to his or Arahant's relics?
Well, the purpose is really to reinforce our faith in the Buddha and the Arahant, that they are real, they're not fantasy. That's all.
Okay.
So that you don't have to be doubtful whether the Buddha actually existed or not, whether the Arahant existed or not. They did, and this is their remains. And the remain is in a way special because they don't break down into what you call into dust. The element, the relic is like a piece of rock, a piece of stone that doesn't break down like other piece of bones. And it only happened to a Buddha or Arahant that have this type of relics.
Okay, Tanajan. And also, I have read that the Buddha had mentioned that Buddhists or whoever follows him should at least once in their lifetime should see the place where a Buddha is born, the place where Buddha got enlightenment, and the place where the Buddha entered parinirvana. Where has the Buddha mentioned like that? I have read it somewhere that the Buddha had mentioned like that.
Yes, it's probably in the Tripitaka somewhere, but I don't know the exact location. But this is what we have been told all our life, that if we have a chance, if we can go visit, because it will reinforce our faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. But it's not mandatory or whether it's necessary, because a lot of the Thai forest teacher, they didn't go to these places, but they could become enlightened. Once their belief is strong enough to push them into the practice, then they really don't need to go to these places. It's to help you believe, to push you to practice harder. That's all.
Okay, thanks.
If you're already practicing hard, then you don't need to go to these places.
Okay.
If you're still doubtful whether this is true or not, then maybe going to these places can eradicate your doubt.
Okay, Tanajan. Would you recommend me some Dhamma books for me to read to enhance my knowledge of Dhamma?
Well, the major suttas, like I mentioned before, the first discourse called the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the four foundation of mindfulness, Mangala Sutta. These are the sutta that can instill more faith in you. And if you can find the life of the Buddha, study the life of the Buddha.
We can read the translations only because we don't know Pali. Either English or Sinhalese translations.
It's the same. The translations are quite accurate. So you know the story, how the Buddha was born and how he developed and how he eventually became a monk and became enlightened. This kind of story can inspire your practice.
Okay, Tanajan, my last question is, in garbage bins, we see millions of worms. Is there any possibility that a human being to be born as a worm in his or her next life?
Yes, if you did bad karma, one day you might become born as an animal, some type of animal.
Okay. But worms just appear on the earth. No, how come all of a sudden they may be born in millions? So still a human being can be born as a worm.
Sure, because there are millions of humans. The mind didn't die with the body. So once the body dies, the mind might have to become worms, might become fishes, might become anything if they did something, if they did bad karma.
Okay, Tanajan. That's all I have for today. Nice talking to you, Tanajan.
Okay, you're welcome. By the way, do you, when you do transcription, do you do it manually? I mean, like you listen to the talk and then, or do you have
Sorry.
when you do transcription of this talk, usually when you
Discourses?
I mean, like this question that you asked me and the answers.
Sorry?
Sometimes, do you transcribe it by yourself or you use some kind of tool?
When I do my newspaper article?
Yeah, like transcription of this talk that you, how do you do it?
When I do the newspaper interview, I transcribe them. I just
Transcribe.
listen to, yes. No, not, I just listen to them actually.
I see.
Yes, word to word, and I then transcribe it.
Because Google now have this Chrome extension, which it will automatically transcribe for you.
No, I don't use them, Tanajan.
You don't have to use them. It's so easy.
Okay, yeah. Because then I can listen to the Dhamma talk once again. So for this your Zoom session, I don't use those AI trans. I mean, I just use it manually. Yeah.
I mean, you can do it afterwards. Not doing live.
Okay.
As long as
Yeah,
it's
I
on
do it
YouTube.
afterwards.
If it's on YouTube, then you just use this
Okay.
transcription. Just turn on the YouTube and they will translate for you, transcribe all the talk
Okay.
into
Okay.
text right away.
Okay, Tanajan. Yeah.
Just search for Scriptsy. It's called Scriptsy extension, Chrome extension. It's very useful. I just heard about it today, so I just thought I'll let you know if some of you use doing some transcription.
Yeah. If it's very long, I use them. If not, if it's a Dhamma talk, I usually listen and then just write it down.
This is just almost instant. You just turn on the YouTube and then it's automatically transcribed the whole thing. Then you can just read the text without having to listen to the video.
Thank you.
Try it anyway.
Okay, we'll try. Thank you, Tanajan.
Okay, next I have this Gulis. I'm not sure if I pronounced your name correctly. Hi, where are you from?
Hello, Tanajan. It is Güliz. I'm from Turkey, Istanbul.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
I heard from my assistant. You're a friend of Abhijato.
Yes, I am. So it's my first time here. I'm grateful for the opportunity to attend.
Okay, can I help you with anything?
Today I'm just listening. Thank you very much.
No question.
No questions
Okay,
today. Thank you.
fine. Nice to see you. Hope you can come back again.
I will. Thank you.
All right, next Nining from Indonesia.
Ajahn.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, Ajahn, I'm fine, Ajahn. I hope Ajahn fine.
Yes.
Ajahn, the story of Chion, I will tell my mom about that story.
I see.
Yeah, because I tell her so many things about my experience in Khao Chion. And may I know what happened to the two Meiji, Chichan and Chion?
I didn't follow the story. I just.
Did they attain enlightenment, Ajahn?
I don't know. I don't have much information.
Okay.
Because I didn't quite believe it. I just thought it's just it's
very interesting, Ajahn. I have just heard from Ajahn.
Yeah, but it's not real. No, it's just probably a story. That's all. So don't put much emphasis on it.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's real, but I don't know. Maybe it's real, but.
but it's
You have to ask
amazing.
the girl who lives on Khao Chion. She might know something about it
Oh,
when
okay.
you come next time.
Yeah, I will. And Ajahn, today I try to know my position. I mean, and then I learn about kilesa, and then I find that there are three kilesa, niwarana, and anusaya. And then now I have better understanding about kilesa. Means that wrong speech, wrong action, and then wrong livelihood. And then the middle kilesa is niwarana, which is 5 hindrance. Kamacanda, Biapada, Tinamida, Udaka Kukucha, and then Vichikicha. And when learning about niwarana, really I'm very thankful to Ajahn, because the 2 words of Ajahn, it's my refuge, which is not react. Because from this hindrance, Ajahn, Biapada, sometimes I don't now, I think I believe I don't hate people. I mean, I can teach my mind, and I can but I cannot avoid people hate me. Like when Buddha when Devadatta hate Buddha, and then Ajahn give us the weapon not react. This is amazing, very, very amazing. I become better and better with this weapon, Ajahn, with Ajahn 2 words. Because when I learn from every sources, just I learned this is very simple and very effective for me, Ajahn.
Okay,
And then
what's the 2 word? Not what? Not real?
not react. Ajahn always encourage student not react, not to react, not react.
Oh, not to react. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
because this niwarana, after we can conquer the niwarana, we can have samadhi.
Yes.
Yeah, from sila and then samadhi and then panya. That's why Ajahn always encourage students to practice mindfulness, because after we have samadhi, then we can teach our mind about that wisdom, panya.
Yes. You have ubeka. Your mind becomes still and not reacting to anything. And when you study wisdom, you see that there's no need to react to anything because you cannot control them anyway.
Yeah, these simple the simple words, these 2 words, it's very effective and very can become our refuge for.
Yeah, you can use it as your mantra, not reacting. Your mother can say anything, just smile, just listen.
Yeah, regarding to my mother, I have no problem because I mean I can do everything for her. So everything she do to me, yeah, I can just let it go.
Or even your own body, if your body start to get sick, you don't have to react either. You just stay calm and just accept the sickness of your body, and you won't have any suffering.
Yeah, but if about the teeth, Ajahn, about the pain, if the teeth and then we get pain and then we scream, does it mean that?
If you scream, then you are reacting.
Oh,
You don't scream. You just merely know that the body is painful, but you don't react to the painful feeling. You don't wish it to go away, because if you wish it to go away, you're creating more suffering for your mind.
Yeah, as we know that the pain in the teeth is very, very painful, Ajahn.
Just accepting it, painful. So what? Just accept it. You cannot do anything about it either, can you? Can you just tell the pain to go away?
So at the time we recite Buddha, or
Yeah.
what should?
If you react, then you should use Bhutto to stop your reaction. See?
if we don't react, so we just keep
If
calm.
if you don't have any suffering, then you don't have to do anything.
Mm.
If
Okay,
you have
Ajahn.
suffering, it means you still have reaction to the pain. So you want to stop the reaction by using Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Before, I think that screaming is normal for
It's,
painful.
yes, it's defilement. It's normal for defilement to react that way. Well, when people without defilement like the Buddha, they don't scream.
Oh yeah. Not even cry. The Buddha not.
No, they just being not reacting. That's all. Just merely knowing, but no reaction. No wish for the pain to go away.
The pain is there, but not reacting.
Not reacting to the pain. Not wishing the pain to go away. And then there will be no suffering in the mind.
Then how to have that equanimity for accepting that very painful feeling, Ajahn?
By practicing, every time you have painful feeling, just teach your body, teach your mind not to react.
Oh.
Keep your mind to become still. So you have to expose yourself to painful feelings in order to be able to train your mind not to react.
Because this one about it, I usually react. About every pain, I don't react, but for it, usually after the doctor do something, sometimes I scream, Ajahn. It's
Yeah,
instantly.
it means you don't have enough mindfulness to stop your reaction.
Yeah, I
So
have
you
to
should recite Bhutto Bhutto when the pain start to become more painful.
Mm.
When you think you start to scream, then you say Bhutto 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 Bhutto. Anatta, anatta. The pain is anatta. You cannot stop it. You cannot control it. Just let it be. Bhutto Bhutto Bhutto. Anatta, anatta, anatta.
Okay, I will, Ajahn. I will learn. I will be a better person every day.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
thank
You're welcome.
you.
Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Listening.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good student, listen.
Listen but didn't do.
Okay. Next step is to practice. To practice what you listen. Okay, we'll go to Vancouver. Sorry about the bad news in Vancouver. Were you disturbed by the news? So close to your house, so close to your home.
Oh, it means like
The incident, or just another accidental thing that happened.
Feel sorry for the family, but try to listen to your teaching. Not
Anatta, everything is anatta.
I just the anicca and also our election is also same, like listen to your teaching. It's like it's anicca. Whoever is elected is the same, right?
Yeah, you still pay your taxes.
Yeah.
Pay your bills. You still get sick and die. No change. This thing don't change, regardless who come or go.
Yeah. Still still have to pay taxes. Still have to, yeah. We'll be getting sick and die.
Nobody can change this thing.
Yeah, you're right. But sometimes I guess like sometimes people that blame other people, like for somebody's death.
Because they're ignorant of the law of karma. if you understand the law of karma, you don't blame anybody. It's the karma
Mm.
that you blame karma.
Mm.
You
Yeah, because
you blame your cravings for sending you to rebirth, to reborn. Without any cravings, then you won't be reborn, and you
yeah.
won't have any problem once there's no birth, no
Oh.
aging, no sickness, no death, no incidents like what we hear on the news every day.
Mm. Mm.
So stop birth, stop rebirth. This is the way to protest. This is the right way to protest. Stop rebirth, stop rebirth. All our trouble comes from our birth. If there's no birth, then there will be no trouble in this world.
Mm.
So in order to stop rebirth, everybody has to become a monk.
So once we are born, we have to expect that there
Yeah,
are
everything in this world. It's like walking into a bonfire. What do you expect? It's gonna burn you. Once you are born, you expect suffering. This is natural course of birth. The Buddha said birth is suffering, aging is suffering, sickness is suffering, death is suffering, separation from the one you love is suffering, facing the things you don't like is suffering.
Mm.
This all happened because of birth, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the cause of birth are your cravings, craving for sensual pleasures.
Mm. When you say the truth like that, Ajahn, it's like it's so
So simple, so simple.
but it's so calming and powerful and also so compassionate. When you say it, yeah, it's so compassionate too. And yeah, it's like you don't have to blame people. You don't get to get angry anymore. You don't, yeah, because it's our own fault. we are
That's
going
right.
to the bonfire.
Yeah, we walk into the bonfire. We walk into this earth, this world.
Yeah.
This world is the world of suffering. It's not the world of happiness. Happiness are just a small portion of it, but the major portion are suffering.
Mm. Yeah, it's so soothing when you say that. The truth. So nice to hear. Yeah.
Just keep practicing to stop your cravings, and you won't have any rebirth. And when you have no craving, there will be no suffering. When you're still alive, you won't have any craving for not getting old, getting sick, or die. So you won't be affected by the body's aging, sickness, or death.
Mm.
So practice the Noble Eightfold Path, or Dana, Sila, Pavana.
And Ajahn, I have a questions regarding to Vijnana. Like my send Vijnana to connect to the body, right? To
That's right.
retrieve essential information. And afterwards, what is Sanya doing? Like
Sanya is the one trying to analyze what the image that you receive from the body. When you see an image, you have to find out who is this, what is this, right? And that's the work of Sanya, trying to find the answer, memory. Sometimes you might have these images in the back of your mind already. So you say, oh, this is sweet, this is Czech, I met them before. See? But if I haven't met you before, and say it's a blank. It's just a human being. That's all. So you might not have any feeling, good or bad. You just have neutral feeling, because you don't know yet whether you're a friend or foe. You know? But if you remember, this guy used to hurt me. When you see him again, you have bad feeling right away.
Oh.
Because your sanya tells you that this person is bad for you. Then you have bad feeling arising in your mind. Then when you have bad feeling, you want to get rid of this bad feeling. So how do you get rid of this bad feeling? You have to get rid of the image, the person that you see. So you tell the body, get rid of this person or run away from this person. That's sankhara. This your thought tells your body what to do.
Okay. So sometimes when we feel like, I've seen this person before, I've do this before, so this is kind of from sanya, deep from
Yeah,
sanya.
probably you probably have met them before in your past life, even maybe, and it's embedded in your hard disk. Yeah, your mind is like a hard disk. It contains all the information that you have access to your life, to your previous lives.
So kind of that's why sometimes we feel like we know something.
Yeah, that's
So
what they call deja vu, huh?
deja vu. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of I've been to this place before.
Yeah, I met this guy before. I met this person before. How do you sometimes like a person even you don't know who he is or she is, or hate someone just by really looking at that person? Because you have this memory toward this type of image that this is good or bad for you already in your mind, in the back of your mind.
Oh.
This is called sanya, memory or perception.
Then this cause the
feeling to arise, good or bad feeling to arise, or neutral feeling. And when you have feeling, if you attach to good feeling, then you want to keep the good feeling, right? So you want to keep the image that produces a good feeling for you. Like if you see somebody you like, you want to keep that person. You want that person to stay with you. But if you get bad feeling from another person, then you don't want that person to be near you. But you tell the body to stay away from this person. But this is not the way to deal with things, because sometimes you can get away from this person, but sometimes you cannot get away. So what do? The best way to deal with the situation is not to reacting to anything. Practice meditation and have ubekkha, have equanimity. Then all you need to do is just remain calm and knowing, and just accept good or bad people that you come across. Then you don't have to do anything. But we haven't been taught this techniques unless we come across the teaching of the Buddha. The Buddha said the best way to deal with everything is to remain non-reacting. Whether they give you good feeling or bad feeling or neutral feeling, just don't react. Because you cannot control them, or you cannot get rid of them sometimes, even if you wanted to. So it's better just to learn to live with them by not reacting. When you're not reacting, your mind will not have, and will have no suffering.
Just now you said not reacting is not suffering, right? Ajahn?
No, when you're not reacting, then you don't have any suffering. It's only when you react that's when you get suffering. When you react with aversion, you get suffering, because sometimes you cannot get away from what you want, what you don't want to be near.
Not to be react, like meaning like we do
Just no emotion, just know. Just know the image, just know the thing that you come across, and just don't react with like or dislike, fear or delusion.
So like if somebody blame us like something that we didn't do, but we didn't defend ourselves, is also not, it's okay, right? Like we don't have to say anything.
If you want to protect your mind, yes, but you might not be able to protect your integrity in the eyes of other people. So it depends on what you want to protect.
So if we want to protect our integrity, we have to react. If we want to protect our mind, then we
We
just
just stay.
No need to react. Just let them accuse you anything they want.
Oh.
And ready to accept the consequence of not reacting also. Maybe you might get executed,
Oh.
but then you accept that life is gonna happen anyway. That's gonna happen anyway, sooner or later.
Oh. Oh, that's
That's not easy to be a noble disciple.
yeah, but it's very wow, that's a lot of wisdom. Oh.
But then if I get prosecuted,
But you accept the death, then it's okay, right? Like
Yeah,
I mean,
because you know this is the consequence of birth, that of your rebirth. You're gonna have to die one way anyway, right?
yeah.
But then I think
So
I have
the Buddha said you want to protect your mind, then you have to give up everything. Give up your
Oh.
money, give up your health, give up your limbs, give up your body
Oh.
if you want to protect your mind from
Give
suffering.
up your like your body too, your possession, all your possession.
All your
Like
possession, you have to you have to lose it, let it go. If you have to lose your limb, let it be. If you have to lose your life, let it be. If you want to protect your mind.
Oh.
But if I haven't reached the first stage of enlightenment, and then what do I do? I
You
give up
can't
my
do
life.
it. We won't do it. We
Then I
can't do
won't
it.
Then you will try to protect your money, try to protect your wife, your family.
So, for a person who will reach like first stage of enlightenment, they will do that. They will.
They don't
They
have.
won't.
They can protect their mind.
They only protect
They
their
want
mind.
to protect the mind,
Yeah.
not the body. If the choice between the mind or the body, they'll take the mind, because the mind lasts forever. See, the body doesn't last forever. If it's gonna die anyway, sooner or later.
Oh.
So why protecting something that in the end you're gonna lose it anyway?
Yeah.
You have to protect something that you'll never lose from any suffering that might happen to the mind. And the suffering is caused by your attachment to every other thing, all the other thing. Your suffering is caused by your attachment to your wealth, to your health, to your body. So if you give up this thing, give up your attachment, then there will be no suffering in the mind. Okay, what do you want? Your mind or your body?
Mind.
Mind.
Mind. So you need mindfulness
Mm.
to protect your mind, to make your mind not reacting, and your wisdom to teach you that the mind doesn't last for the body doesn't last forever, and the body is not you anyway in the first place. The body is just a robot, a biological robot that the mind become connected to and use the body as the servant. It's a temporary servant. It only can serve you for so many years, then it will have to decease.
But the mind is forever.
Yeah, the mind is forever. Okay.
Very, very helpful. Very profound. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Next, Lynn from Indonesia. So what have you to report this week?
I've got a new challenge. That is
Okay.
not to react.
Not to react. That's the biggest challenge of all, if you can.
Yes. Yes.
Not to
Apart
react to
from
aging,
being
sickness,
mindful of
yeah. Well, mindfulness is the path toward this not reacting. See, if you have strong mindfulness, then you can stop the mind from reacting. So you first need to develop mindfulness. Eventually, then you'll get to equanimity, in which you will not react to anything anymore. This is the goal of our practice is to reach this point, It's what we call enlightenment. We see that nothing in this world is worth saving or dying for, or you know, only thing that's worth saving is the mind. But we don't understand the mind, we don't see the mind, we don't meditate, we don't get to know the mind. Once we get to know the mind and how important it is to protect it, then you're willing to give up everything to protect your mind. This is wisdom, because everything is anicca, everything is temporary, everything are like soap bubble, you know. They come and go. They don't last forever. But the mind lasts forever. So you want to protect the mind to remain non-reacting so it doesn't have any suffering forever. Right now it's suffering all the time, from birth to death.
Yes.
We suffer about this, we suffer about that, we worry about this, anxious about this, afraid of this thing or that thing. Because we don't stop reacting to the things that we come across.
True.
Okay, what did you do last week?
I practice.
Anything unusual? Anything?
As usual, I meditate every day. I spend about 3 hours a day, and on the weekend, especially on Sunday, I'll be like doing 1 day mindfulness. So I don't do any work. I just practice from the morning until evening. So if I get my mind get agitated, sometimes I will listen to Dhamma talks or read the books.
Have you tried the 6-hour challenge yet? Remain in one spot.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I am constantly practicing with that kind of habit. It helps. It's very useful.
Curb your restlessness. Yeah. Curb your restlessness.
Yeah, that's true. Because throughout the week, the mind is very busy, so it makes the mind very agitated and very all over the place. Like it's hard to settle down and be mindful. Yes.
Okay.
So,
any question this week?
No, actually, just would like to pay respect to you, Ajahn. Talking to you is always very enlightening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, enjoy your company. Next, we'll go to Diana from Canada. Are you happy with your new government?
Oh, I didn't hear the news yet.
Oh, you didn't hear it yet.
What's the news?
I won't tell you. You have to find out yourself. This is not a newsroom.
Yes, no, this is morning here, so I'm just focusing on our Zoom conversation here.
Okay, good.
And then after lunch, I have like a landlord meeting, and then after I find out. I have to go and see the news, right? I didn't see that yet.
It won't change anything. You still have to pay your taxes. You still have to pay your bills. You still get sick and die. So really doesn't matter so much who runs the government. It's the same old story.
I have a few friends who follow it, so I will just ask them to know. Oops.
Okay. So you have any question tonight?
Yes, I was feeling moved by some of the talk you were discussing. But first I wanted to just talk about I spoke with my mother and I asked if she would like some advice or help, and she said no. And I accepted it without an issue, and then we moved on with our relating. So
yes, you have done your part.
Yeah.
Offer help, assistance. If she doesn't need it, then there's no need to do anything else.
Yes. Yes. So about the mindfulness, I wanted to follow up. considering with my mother also, because yesterday I was feeling a little bit like when I was noticing this week more that I wasn't mindful. Is that still mindful? If I'm noticing that I'm not equanimous, that like I'm not having enough mindfulness, like I'm feeling irritable, and I see myself, feel myself reacting.
Yes, it's brief mindfulness.
It's brief mindfulness,
Yeah.
but it's not enough.
It's not enough. You have to want to make it continuous mindfulness.
So if I'm noticing it, it's not helpful.
Well, then in a few seconds later, you forget and you start to become not mindful again.
Yes, I was noticing that I was feeling reacting, but I couldn't change that in the moment. Like I was kind of just, it happens towards the end of the day.
Yeah, your mindfulness is not strong enough.
Okay. So does that mean I wasn't mindful throughout the day? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, definitely. It's not easy to be mindful all day long, continuously.
Okay, because I thought it was, but now I have to rethink it. That means I wasn't. Okay. Yes, about this, when I dwell myself about karma and sankhara and what exactly I have control over and what exactly I am swayed with, like I find my mind swaying, like I'm not having a center, not having a clear understanding, like this is what I'm having control over. Because I was this past week I fell I was like sidetracked, and I was aware I was being sidetracked by sensations, and I tried to stay equanimous, and then I witnessed that, oh well, it didn't have the benefit that the mind thought it would have. So then it was easier to return to the center. But I'm just wondering, like, in that moment where that swaying happened, like, could I have done something to like not be swayed? Does it make sense? Like, was it just karmic? Was it just a sankara that I actually have no control over because it's like a rolling sankara? Or like, where's that point where I can say that, like, no, I can conquer this, like it's in my control.
When you get into jhana,
Oh, okay.
When the mind becomes still, then you say, oh, now I can control the mind. I can stop
Oh my
it.
gosh, that's far away.
Yeah. It's a long way. If you still live as a mother, a single mother, it's almost impossible for you to get to jhana. Even for monks who live in the forest, sometimes they find many years before they can get into jhana. So don't be hopeless. It's not easy. It's not easy. But you can at least try some semblance of jhana by trying to not be reacting from time to time, by forcing the mind. Not real jhana, but forcing it, knowing that it's good not to be reacting.
Repeat, please.
Using wisdom to teach your mind not to react.
Using
But you have to
wisdom.
force it. It's not natural.
Yeah. How to do it?
Well, just like when you get angry and you say, I shouldn't have reacting to that person. Then you can stop your anger and say, okay, let the person do whatever he or she wants to do.
Oh, yes. So this brings me to this work question. I was able to make the peaceful decision and go, and it was interesting because instead of running away and wanting to push away this work situation, I just made a different choice, and I communicate to the work about my different choice. and the workplace didn't decide to let me go. So they still wanted to continue speaking, and I'm just like you said, well, not for this month. And I guess the question I'm wondering is if I'm able to stay mindful and not be reactive with their thinking, their feeling, their reaction, is it worth it communicating like my truth, or is it not worth it? Because like let's say they made me responsible for an emergency situation, but I wasn't actually there, but in their mind I'm responsible. And like if they would like to continue speak about it, like is it okay to, like if I'm able to stay mindful, is it worth it to like to keep the precept of staying truthful and just humanly say that I don't, like without getting worked up, like I don't see how I was responsible in this situation because I wasn't actually in the situation. Or is it opposite of what we're trying to do here?
Well, if you have to react with truthfulness. Tell the truth.
Yeah, like without trying to control and get them to agree that, because
just tell the truth, your side of the story. It's like you're in court and you're telling the jury your side of the story, but you cannot convince the jury what they're gonna decide on you, whether they're gonna believe you or not. That's the only thing you can do is tell your side of the story. But if they listen and they're not happy with it, they don't believe it, then it's too bad.
So it's okay then.
So it's okay to accept the what you call the decision, whatever they want to think of you. You cannot stop that. So
and then if I'm the one that I have my feeling of failure, then like that's what I have to work with my mindfulness.
That's right.
Okay. So okay. That would be the next step in a month. And okay, thank you. And for my family situation as a single mother, yes, I think I'm not sure how, but I ended up finding myself back into that space where my daughter is feeling emotional, reactive, like from the morning to the evening, and me not feeling the capacity to. What were you saying today?
You cannot change her. This is her karma, no matter this way. You can only try to educate her.
Yes.
But how much she can absorb it or not, it's up to her.
Yeah. So logically, I understand here, and I guess we are back to the mindfulness, not having enough mindfulness to just allow it to. Yeah. Because I cannot change it, right? I cannot change that. So what to do about that? Like I see her suffering, and that's kind of why I'm wanting to. Well, first of all, I'm suffering from it, and then I also see her suffering from it because, like these are her feelings, right?
Yes. If you cannot help it, then you have to use equanimity.
Equanimity. So I stay equanimous.
Stay calm and accept her fate. This is her fate. This is her karma, to be like this, to suffer.
To suffer. So is she not making it worse for herself? Okay. So is it not? Am I not? Like if I just like surrender to the.
It depends. If you can do something, do it. If you cannot do it, then you have to stop. That's all.
Well, what can I do? Because we did practice the breathing meditation. So you know that we did practice the chanting, and we and metta, you know, as a form of mindfulness. And I'm finding that there isn't an inclination, even when I suggest those things, to
then you have to stop. Then you have to stop.
Yeah. So yesterday we reached a climax, and I just said like, there's not much I can do. Just, you know, I'm letting you be with yourself. You go and do, like, you stay in the room, do what you need to do. If you need to cry, but like, don't cry on purpose to make it worse. And then eventually, I don't know what she did, but she was able to regroup somehow after a very long time.
Mhm.
So this is okay.
This is okay. This is normal in life, you know. You go
Okay.
through ups and downs, and you learn to learn to live with it.
Okay, so this is part of living with it.
Yeah, part of learning curve. Life is like a classroom. You learn different
So,
things.
say it again.
You learn different things as you go through life.
So then I'm coming back to mindfulness. The moment I find myself in aversion towards her unhappiness in one way or the other, this is where I don't have the mindfulness.
Yeah, then you have to recite Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto to stop your reaction to her situation.
Okay, that's challenging.
Just accepting instead of trying to reacting, just accepting. If you cannot do anything, if you can do something, then do it.
Okay, Ajahn, one more thing about metta. I was reading some of your answers about metta, and I was just trying to apply it to myself. So, like, let's say there's some people that I know I don't have equanimity with, and I carry some resentment. I find that when I practice metta beforehand, when I'm with them, it's easier for me to kind of, when I see them, to kind of like, I have the little brick to fall back on. But let's say if I haven't done it, then it's very tricky for me to not feeling the pain.
Yes, it's like a play. Sometimes you have to practice before you go on stage, right?
Yeah, is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah, so you try to practice before you go meet the person.
Okay.
And then when you meet the person, then you know how to play the game correctly.
So my question is, there were a few people from last year, and with some of them I was able to reach that place of, like, when I think of them, I don't feel any resentment. But one person is still like, I saw something online, and like, that situation came up, and like, it was such a little thing, but it still kind of upset me. So we are back to mindfulness.
Well, it just means you're not ready to accept that person yet for what they are, what he is. You still have a version, or you have some preconceived notion of that person, how
Yes.
that person should be.
Yes, like, because I feel they wronged me, right?
So you have to forgive them.
Yes. So I was working on it for a year, and then suddenly I saw the image, and all of a sudden the forgiveness wasn't there. Something I can do to make it happen? Not much.
You just have to try it out yourself and find out.
Okay.
Talking about it doesn't give you the right answer. You have to actually do it.
Yeah. I've been trying. Okay. Okay. I'll reflect more on that. Like, I'm just wondering, like, if it's a lack of mindfulness that that my mind is clinging on to the.
Mindfulness and also wisdom. Sometimes
back to wisdom. Okay.
Sometimes you're still delusional. You still think you can change or control that person. You don't see them as being anatta, like being the weather.
Okay.
So difficult, huh? To see everything as anatta. The Buddha say everything is anatta. You, me, and everybody is anatta. So don't try to control. Let them be.
Yeah, the mind goes blind in like, in those little moments, like little glitches here and there, and then. Okay. Yeah, this is helpful.
Okay, good. Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see who else is in the room or not. Well, that's all. I think we can go to the question from email now. คุณจุ๊บ
กราบนมัสการท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ We have 5 questions this evening, and we have one question from the assistant Gmail. It's from Charles. How long would it take to achieve fourth jhana if we have total free time to dedicate to it?
It depends on how strong your mindfulness is, how continuous your mindfulness is. If you have strong, continuous mindfulness, 5 minutes, you can get into jhana. But if your mindfulness is not that strong, it might take 5 years or 50 years, who knows?
And how long would it take to achieve stream entry in the same scenario?
Well, first you have to achieve jhana first, and then you have to achieve the wisdom of seeing the body not being yourself, seeing the body as being the 4 elements, as a natural phenomena that you cannot control, that you cannot stop it from getting old, getting sick, or die. Then you have to accept and let go of your attachment to the body. You're not the body, you're the mind, you're the user of the body.
The next questions are from Facebook, and the first question is from Marsha from Ohio. Could you give more details on how the knowing element becomes enlightened?
By learning the 3 characteristics of existence, that everything in this world is just anicca, they're temporary. They don't give you permanent happiness. And when they decease or when they disappear, they can cause you sadness and suffering. So if you don't want to have any suffering, then you don't try to rely on them to give you happiness. That's all. So you give up everything, not relying on anything to make you happy. The only thing that can make you happy is a peaceful and calm mind.
What is ordinary knowing?
Ordinary knowing?
Yes, what is ordinary knowing? And what is enlightened knowing?
Oh, enlightened knowing is to see everything that being anatta, anicca, dukkha, anatta. So there's no attachment to anything. Ordinary being like us, we still attach to things around that we come across. We still like, we still hate, because this is delusional reaction.
And how does knowing overcome the veil of ignorance?
By practicing meditation and wisdom.
The next question is from Praveen from India. What is the exact meaning of sattha according to the Buddha? And which comes first, sattha or panya?
Well, you need sattha. You don't have any wisdom on yourself, then you need to believe in someone who has the wisdom to teach you the wisdom. So like, if you don't have wisdom to see that everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta, or have the wisdom to see that you're not the body, you're just a knowing element, then you need to believe in someone else who know this thing, like the Buddha and his noble disciple. They will teach you that you are not the mind, you're not the body, you are the mind, you're the knowing element that just get connected to the body temporarily. And one day this body will be separated from you. This you need to know from somebody who already have the wisdom. So you have to believe in these people in order for you to learn from them.
The next question is from Lee Tekwa. Some temples offer Buddha statues for adoption. We donate an amount of money to the temple to adopt a statue, and our name will be put on the statue. How does such action help us in our practice?
This is just a gimmick of raising money for the temple.
Does
really.
it give?
No, the statue doesn't do anything for you at all. It just, but if you still believe in material things, then you rely on the statue of the Buddha as representing the Buddha. So every time you see the statue, it reminds you of his teaching. That's all.
Does it give us merits and blessings?
Just to remind you that you should do more, make merit and stop doing bad karma, and purify your mind.
And the last question is from Metta Vandana. In the Rahula Sutta, the Buddha said, "Be like earth, Rahula. Earth doesn't discriminate against anyone. But earth doesn't have a mind. How would the earth discriminate anyway? Can you please explain?"
Well, it's just a simile. It's just a comparison. That you should make the mind like the earth. But the mind is different from the earth because the mind discriminate. The mind choose this and that. See? So this is the cause of suffering for the mind. If the mind doesn't choose, the mind can become like the earth, and there will be no suffering. It can accept or take anything that comes to it. Like it can take praises, it can take criticism, it can take gain, and it can take losses, without any discrimination. They are all the same as far as the earth is concerned. You can pour something good into the earth, or you can pour something bad into the earth. The earth doesn't react. So the point is to teach the mind not to react like the earth.
We have one question that came in from Pauline Soon, and it's the last question. Many Buddhists always visit and pay respect to wise monks. Will this return merit to them?
If they talk to them, if you just pay respect and not listening to their talk, then you don't get any wisdom from them.
That is all, Ka.
Okay.
Ka.
Well, that's all about the time we have for tonight. Really thank you for your company. I hope this meeting is useful and can help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Sadhu, sadhu, thank you, Amy. Good night.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Amy.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.